Call the meeting, Vergne Planning Commission to order, December 29th, 2009, regular meeting. We have enough for a quorum. Everybody go over the minutes, please. See if there's anything you doesn't agree with. Or any changes.
Do we have one motion to approve both of them? Is that correct?
I'm sorry.
Do we have one motion to approve both the minutes for the public hearing and the planning commission? Or do we have to have two separate motions?
I think you can do it either way. It'd probably be cleaner to do it separately.
Okay.
Let's go with the minutes first of the, let's go with the planning commission minutes, November 24, 2009, City Hall.
I make a motion, we approve the minutes as written.
Have a motion to approve. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Have a second. All approved, say aye.
Aye.
Noes? Motion approved. Now the meeting order for November the 24th, 2009. Was that not just had? Oh, that's the last page. Okay, we got that out of the way. I had a page loose, fell off the back. Sorry about that. New business, site plan interchange.
Mr. Chairman?
Sir.
Do we need to have a motion also for the public hearing minutes? as
Oh,
well?
the public hearing?
Yep, public hearing and that.
Well, I thought
Is
there
that
was
correct?
one there, but I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, but which one did I approve now?
We approve the minutes
Planning
of the regular.
Commission.
The planning commission? Okay, let's go with the public hearing for the planning commission for the public hearing.
I'll make a motion to approve as written. For the public hearing meeting.
I have a motion to approve it. Do I hear a second?
I second it.
Have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Now then, new business, site plan interchange, town center, 10,500 square feet. Located at intersection of Charter Place and Walden Road. Grant?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. This is an amendment to a previously approved site plan. It's approved earlier in the year. It's one of the things they have it taking care of all the workshop items. This is the community center that's at the corner, proposed at the corner of Charter Place and Walden Road. Got some of the pictures here. That's the Hexion facility that's beside the property. They did widen the second entrance that we spoke about at the workshop to 36 feet. And I think they had originally had two 24-foot entrances, and they widened that one furthest away from the intersection to 36. And this revision has 115 spaces, which exceeds the current requirement of 105.
Do we have anyone here representing? Want to step up here, please? Your name and who you work for?
I'm Adam Ledsinger. I work with SEC Incorporated. I'm the civil on the project. Civil engineer, I'm sorry.
So all items at the workshop's been taken care of?
Yes, they've addressed the items that we discussed at the workshop.
Okay. You're satisfied with the drainage and all?
Yes.
Okay.
Somebody brought up in the workshop about the fire marshal. Did y'all get in touch with the fire marshal about issues on
Yeah.
Something about something behind it that had a problem about coming in and out. Or that might have been what the reason was widening the entrance to 36 foot.
I believe that was the reason for why, or one of the reasons for asking of the widening of the entrance. The fire marshal had commented
Okay.
on the plan before the workshop and didn't have any issues with it because they've got access to three sides of the building and I think anything that they would need to reach and stuff they can reach from those three sides. And also, I think Adam had pointed out at the workshop that the fire department connection is not on the building, it is actually out in the parking area here in one of the landscaped islands, so.
And your standards require everything over a certain square footage to be sprinkled, and this meets that requirement as well. So the building's also sprinkled.
Any other questions? Can I hear a motion to approve or disapprove?
I move we approve the site plan for, the new site plan for the Interchange Town Center as presented.
Second.
I have a motion to approve, I have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Number 2 on the agenda, motion to approve 1-year preliminary plat extension for Pinnacle Point Phase 2.
Chairman, this is a request to extend the preliminary plat approval for Phase 2, Pinnacle Point. This is its first extension request, and developer is, I think with the housing market, asking for the extension.
Is it some kind of rule and thumb that how many extensions that we can allow them?
We don't really have anything set on that. It's just a year-by-year basis. I know we have looked at some other subdivisions, particularly here recently, that have fallen under the, I think, same circumstances. Slower growth and development has been a lot slower, and they've been several requesting extensions.
And really just extending this, they still make the subdivision ready for even now, don't they? I mean,
Yes, sir.
we haven't had any
Anything?
major changes in the last year.
No, sir.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, I move that they grant them the 1-year extension.
I have a motion to approve. Here a second.
A second.
Have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Excuse me. Number 3, recommendation to the Board of Mayor and Alderman accept McFarland Point subdivision Phase 1, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Gentlemen?
Mr. Chairman, this is a few phases in McFarland Point that would get us caught up in McFarland Point subdivision with the sections that we do have a bond for. Back earlier this year, it was recommended to the mayor and alderman, which the mayor and alderman approved, to accept a long list of subdivisions and sections that we didn't have bonds for, that all the improvements have been completed. These 5 sections were left out because of the final asphalt topping, which the developer's done some work in the past couple of months and got that taken care of in a few phases, which these phases fell under that. So we was going to try to bring those in front of you to present to y'all for recommendation of Mayor Alderman to accept these. Like I say, it's McFarland Point Section 1, which is the upper section. Here's the aerial. As you can tell, it's basically all built out. And like I say, we have went out and looked, and visual inspection, it looks like everything has been installed properly. That's the plat for Section 1. Here's Section 4. As you can see, it's also, houses are built on it. This aerial is from 2007, so this is about a 2-year-old aerial, and houses are there already on those. under section 5. Section 6. And section 7.
All righty. Question? Do I hear a recommendation to the mayor, board of mayor and alderman?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to send a favorable recommendation to the mayor and alderman to accept this, these phases of McFarland Point subdivision, phases 1, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
I have a motion for favorable. Do I hear a second?
I second.
Have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried for a favorable recommendation. Number 4, recommendation, Board of Mayor and Alderman, amend Article 4, Section 4.07 of zoning ordinance to allow yard sale signs in the right-of-way.
Mr. Chairman, I spoke with Bruce today regarding this item, and need to add some items in order to match the municipal code. We kind of looked at some things, but we want to look at some things a little further, if that's all right with the planning commission, and I'd like to ask for deferral on that item.
Motion to defer it.
Motion
Do I
made.
have to have a motion to defer it? Okay, it's deferred. Number 5, recommendation to the Board of Mayor and Alderman, rename Megan Jones Cove to Twilight Cove.
Mr. Chairman, this is, we've looked at this proposed road name change for emergency services. They've requested that we look at this. Worked with the developer, and he liked the road name change to Twilight Cove. And I worked with the county, and they did approve this road name. We did look at some others, and they rejected those. So this works for them, and works for the developer.
The way I understand it, there's only one house in the cove right now, completed.
There was one house as of last month. I think there's another one that has already gotten a CO. So so we're probably looking at two houses at this point. So.
Do you hear a recommendation?
I move we make a affirmative recommendation to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen to rename Megan Joanne Cove to Twilight Cove.
Do I hear a second?
I
Second.
second.
Have a recommendation for favorable recommendation to the Board of Mayor and Alderman to rename Megan Joanne Cove to Twilight Cove. Thank you. Next up is bonds of letters and credit.
Chairman, we might not have a
Excuse
vote
me.
on that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We don't have a vote on that.
Can we have all in favor of that? Say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Sorry. Bonds and letters of credit.
Mr. Chairman, all members should have a bond sheet updated in front of them. Basically, everything is up to date. There's been a few more houses get completed in some of the phases, but basically all bonds are up to date. The next one expires January 3rd for Woods at Martin Ben, and I actually got a bond renewal on that today. So the next one will be January 31st, which I'm sure will get renewed also. So.
Doing a good job on it. Glad we got somebody to keep up with that finally. Anything else, gentlemen? Ladies? Sorry. In the case, meeting adjourned.